Hey, everybody out there. Well, I hope y'all are doing good. I hope it's cooler where you're at than where I'm at because here in Arkansas it's freaking hot. Out here in my shop today, been building lures all day long, and I don't have any very good AC out here, so man, it's hot. But trying to get caught up on orders and grateful to have them. So you just do, you sweat your way on through it. So I'm kind of sweaty and yucky looking, but had something I wanted to talk about. No, I always listen to music when I'm building bait over there. One of my old favorite songs came on by Willie Nelson. My heroes have always been cowboys. And here lately, I watch a lot of this fishing and professional fishing. I try to keep up with it, but I really just can't anymore. I go back and watch the old ones. And truthfully, I've been trying to be like, man, what? I just can't get into it that much. And that old song explains why. As I was listening to that song, I was like, this is what I don't see in fishing anymore. The dudes, the dreamers, the ones that are just, they chase it no matter what. Their heroes are cowboys. Their heroes are pro fishing dudes that they want to be like them and they're willing to risk everything for it. We don't have them guys anymore. That's the ones I grew up with. Just still the ones I watch, even though there's not. I just don't think that's the way it works with these new ones anymore. They're not out there living on a limb. They're not out there on their last dollar. They're not out there living in a van eating Veenie Weenies. I remember a good friend of mine fishing Redman, and he was getting into the Bass Invitationals at the time. And when they'd give away all those Veenie Weenies and RC Cola and chewing tobacco or whatever at those tournaments, he'd go to everybody like, man, you gonna eat those? If you're not, can I have them? And he'd round up all of them he could get, because that's what he was living on, going tournament to tournament, just trying to make it. And done really well, but still suffered through it. Didn't really make it. Won some big tournaments, still didn't quite make it. Those are the guys I'm talking about. The guys that just don't ever give up. They do whatever's got to be done to pursue their dreams. It's like that George Strait song too, where he's talking to his woman on the phone and she's like, I've had enough. I've found somebody else. And he's like, oh, that's okay. I can still make it. Don't worry about it. I can still make it to Cheyenne. Like she gives a crap. He's like, oh, it's okay. I'll be okay. That's the kind of guys I'm talking about. I don't think they're out there anymore like that. And I ain't saying that's the right kind of lifestyle, kind of vagabond out there dreaming and running down the highway. I was so fortunate enough to have a wife and family that, she'd let me go do that. Spend the last money that we had to go get in another tournament and get on the road and go fish those tournaments. She didn't understand it, but she's like, hey, that's what he loves to do. We'll get through it. She probably put up with that way too much, but I know there's a lot of others that did the same thing. So that their significant other could chase their dreams, whether that's rodeo or cowboying or race car driving, something like that. All individual sports that just you against the world kind of thing. And there really wasn't no pursuit of the being a hero or being the big winner or all the money. It never had anything to do with the money. It was just, I want to get to the next event. I want to ride that next Bronco, or I want to hear my number called in that next tournament and see how it goes. I just don't think we have that anymore. It's turned into like this pretty little sport that everybody can do. Used to it was the not so pretty sport, the not acceptable sport. When I was growing up, professional bass angling was not an acceptable way to make a living. As a matter of fact, even my dad, as much as we tournament fished, that was just, he didn't hold any traveling tournament fishing fishermen or dudes that were pursuing it, risking everything. He didn't hold them in very high regard. Matter of fact, they were kind of pieces of crap in his book. Now, we'd fish tournaments every weekend, but you had to go work on Monday. So that was a challenge for me to try to overcome over the years trying to tournament fish. And I guess what I'm saying is, you had to be a special breed to push past all that stigma and all that, to continue out there on your own pursuing that. Ooh, sweating, hot out here. I just think we've lost that, and there was some magic in that. There's magic in that. That's what made it so special, and there wasn't many of us. My heroes have always been cowboys. Take a listen to that song. I think you'll remember all the fishermen you idolized all in the old days were just like that dude. Let me know what you think. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm definitely not saying it's right, and I've taken too many risks and lost it all a few times already dealing with this. But you know what? I'm fine today, and I'm still doing it. Don't plan on quitting until I die. Let me know what you think. Catch you next time.